everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we'll be working on perimeter. So we're going to be starting off with just how to find perimeter and then using the perimeter formula to figure out missing sides. So without further ado, let's head on straight into this video. So when we have perimeter, let's say we're trying to find the perimeter of this rectangle here. So we have length, and width. And then for the square, you just have all the same sides. Now for the rectangle, or for the square, we would have s plus s plus s plus s. You're essentially going to be adding the values of all the sides. That is equal to the perimeter. So the perimeter of a square is 4s is equal to p. And then for a rectangle, it's l plus w plus w is equal to p. So we have 2l plus 2w is equal to p as our formula. And just like how we would when we find the area, we would have like centimeters squared, inches squared. Well, when we have the label for the perimeter, you're simply just going to be taking the label of the sides. That's it. So let's say it's L centimeters. Let's say the perimeter is 4. Well, then it's 4 centimeters. We do not add cubed just because we're adding, not multiplying. So let's go ahead and do a problem. So let's say we have this rectangle, and let's say it's 4 inches by 3 inches. So we're just going to go ahead and add all the sides. So 4 plus 4 plus 3 plus 3, and that is equal to our perimeter. So we have 8 plus 6, which is equal to 14, which means our perimeter is 14 inches. Now, I personally like to do the calculations without the label. However, you could. I just add the label at the end. And then for the square, it's a lot easier because we just need to take 4 and multiply it by the length of the side. And we have 2 here, so then so here the perimeter is 8 millimeters. So now that we have the basics of perimeters covered, let's try and find a missing side using the perimeter formula. So you might be wondering how we would do that. So let's say we're not given the length, but we're given that the width is 6 and that the perimeter is, let's say, 26. So in this case, we know 2L plus 2W would equal to the perimeter. And now we can go ahead and fill in the variables. So we know the width is 6. So we plug it into the W part, and we plug in 26 to the P part. And since there's only one variable, we can solve this just like how we would solve any equation. And then we'll get L is equal to 7, which means our length of the rectangle is 7. We can also use this to find out the squares. However, squares have all the same sides, so you won't be given one side. So let's say we know that it's S inches all. But we know the perimeter is 24. Well, we know the formula is 4s is equal to 24. So we just divide by 4 and find out what our s variable is, and that's 6. So it's 6 inches is equal to the side. And for the rectangle, the same formula applies no matter if you're finding length or width. So let's say we had a different rectangle, but instead we are not given the width, we are given the length. And let's say we're given the length as 14, but we're not given the width. Well, we still use the same exact formula, and we are still able to solve it. So for our perimeter, let's say we have 44. So we know it's going to be 2w plus 2, and then times 14 is equal to 44. So 2w plus, and then 28 is equal to 44. We solve this equation just like how we normally would, and then we would go ahead and divide. So we subtract 28 from both sides to isolate the variable. We'll get 16 is equal to 2w, divide by 2, and then we'll get the width is equal to 8. Now you all are going to do 3 practice problems all by yourselves. So you're going to go ahead and find the perimeter of this first one, and then find the missing sides for the second one, and then also find the missing side for the last one. You'll have 2 minutes. Did you do it? Let's check if you got the correct answers. So for the first one, we'll do 8 plus 8 plus 3 plus 3. So 16 plus 6, which is equal to 22. And then we just go ahead and put our sign or label as 22 centimeters. And then for the next one, well, what we're going to do is we're going to take our formula for S is equal to the perimeter, and the perimeter in this case is 64. So then we'll just divide by 4, and then we'll get X is equal to 16. And then we know that it's going to be inches because the perimeter is in inches, which means our sides are going to be in inches. So we know the sides are all 16 inches. And lastly, for the last one, we're going to do 4 plus 4 plus 2W is equal to 18. Then we have 8 plus 2W is equal to 18. Subtract 8, and then we get 2W is equal to 10. Then we divide by 2, and we get W is equal to 5. So our width, we know our width is 5 meters. Congrats, you made it to the end of this video. Whether it's you needed help with this concept, you wanted some extra practice, or you just wanted to review, I hope you learned something or got some extra practice in. It'd mean the world to me if you subscribed and hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I post a brand new video. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. It just tells me if I need to change anything. And if you have any suggestions for any of my videos, whether that be math videos or student lifestyle or organization videos, please leave those on my discussion page. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Bye!